only current world champion who has finished all his fights by way of knockout.
Yes, you heard. Good shot to the body.
Apart from his evident punching power, Artur Beterbiev stands out with his cold-blooded poise.
Big exchange. He gets him again.
Diamond-hard chin and humility.
I hope I will be one day good boxer.
Moreover, the 39-year-old light heavyweight continues to improve, being just one step away from the undisputed championship.
Find tremendous ways to overcome, and sometimes
It's time to appreciate the clinical work of a natural knockout artist, responsible for dozens of explosive concussions.
In the center of the ring.
And a right hand, and he covers up, and that is it. One punch.
A Chechen by blood, Beterbiev was born in Dagestan, Russia in 1985. Following the example of his elder brothers, Artur got into wrestling, but after being introduced to Muhammad Ali's technique and Mike Tyson's spectacular demolitions, he switched to boxing. His father was opposed to his interest in fistfighting initially, but changed his mind when his son won third place at the Junior World Cup. Tragically, Beterbiev Sr. died in a car accident 5 days later. In the summer of 2006, Artur went to the European Championships as an adult. In the finale, he displayed his signature aggressive style with emphasis on power jabs to the body, followed by shots to the head and a hefty right overhand. Even with soft amateur gloves, few could withstand his onslaught. The winding jab and the deadly cross down the pipe, set up with feints, proved to be a nightmare for the light heavyweights worldwide. Taking control of space with constant pressure,
Нокаутом, досрочным победам, поэтому однозначно бой будет интересный и яркий.
Artur racked up the punch count, forcing opponents to shell up. It's no wonder that with such crushing power, where even seemingly light connections resulted in knockdowns,
Boksör gümüşte kalmış bir
and exceptional precision,
tahmin ediyorum bırakmıyor ama iniyor bir kez.
almost no one could go the distance with him.
Tekrar saydırıyor.
Only in the 2007 World Championship final, the 22-year-old Beterbiev encountered resistance from Abos Atoyev, who fought back well on the counter.
Вот, пошел вперед. Артур пошел. Посмотрите, какая атака.
By the third round, the Russian puncher readjusted,
Прекрасно. Еще хорошего.
Мне кажется,
Удар, это настоящий удар. И вот снова
quickly closing the gap with the straight right.
еще одна за то, что он постоянно держит сопло.
Prompting the referee to open the count.
Ну вот что сейчас было.
The opponent was still dangerous,
одного сейчас бой закончится с таким счетом, но
and in the judges' controversial eyes, snatched a couple of crucial points late in the bout.
Прекрасный удар. Прекрасно. Ну, победы бывают всякие. А у нас...
Fighting a Chinese boxer at the 2008 Beijing Olympics, Artur was hindered by excessive clinching, and his shots simply not being acknowledged.
Вот эти вещи не проходят. Но самое главное...
Вот сейчас снизу
Хорошо. Китаец держит его, не дает ему
Вот сейчас был левый боковой.
With disputes in every match, the hometown guy won gold and ended his career, making Beterbiev contemplate quitting boxing as well. However, he was drawn to a rematch with Atoyev, whom he met in the World Cup finals. This time, Artur focused on hitting the liver,
борьбы. Это будет обязательно.
then placed a right uppercut,
последний удар надо все-таки, может быть, делать с акцентом.
Вот, хорошо, вы знаете.
that put the recipient in survival mode.
И вот не надо выпускать его из этого состояния. Надо
In less than a minute, the Chechen light heavyweight scored 8 points,
сомнения закрались. Думаю, такой вот текучий, неудобный.
getting the ultimate revenge.
Всего доброго.
9 months later, he repeated his success. Trailing on points, Beterbiev dropped the enemy with a couple of crosses. Chased him down again after the break, and solidified the advantage with a third knockdown. Thus, Artur captured the World Championship title, his biggest achievement in the amateur ranks. Additionally, their trilogy with Oleksandr Usyk is of particular interest. Undefeated as a pro, the Ukrainian has unified all the belts in the cruiserweight division and cemented his name as one of the greatest in the modern era, conquering the undisputed status at heavyweight. Back in 2007, Artur beat Oleksandr on points.
Вырывает победу наш.
They met again in 2011 in a new weight class for Beterbiev at 200 pounds.
President's Cup right here.
The Ukrainian technician immediately showcased his trademark bouncy footwork.
Pulova, Bulgaria, who was number 9 in the world yesterday,
Quick 1-2s,
who retired in the 3rd round.
slipped under the counter blows,
A rear left hand.
and made his adversary miss. Beterbiev opened the second frame by testing the core,
Left hand to the
and soon rocked Usyk with a signature right hand.
effective. A right.
Masterfully slipping the cross, he planted a hook and tried to capitalize on his success.
Usyk a little shaken, and Beterbiev going in for the finish. He's going to try and end this one here in the second round if he can.
Usyk kept peppering
Knows how to
combinations,
finish a fight.
constantly pivoting on his lead foot away from Beterbiev's power side.
Doesn't want to make a fatal mistake either and get caught with a counterpunch.
He also maintained a high output.
Usyk now coming on strong. Usyk's got a very impressive frame for a 91-pounder. Very well proportioned
And, like a classic southpaw, didn't forget to blast the liver.
by Usyk. Another one and another 4 consecutive left
A
hands.
single hook could have turned the tables,
A chopping right hand by Beterbiev.
but Usyk smartly evaded the follow-up strikes.
Usyk is more out of necessity, more out of survival instinct. It worked well.
In the third round, he even assumed the role of aggressor,
Outright flatline it and stop it in its tracks. Nice left-right combo.
leaving Artur no option but to look for a finish.
Anyone else in this tournament in this weight class. However, styles make fights. Because he could beat Beterbiev.
A sudden fall, courtesy of a body blow, was only valued at 1 point in the amateurs, so it wasn't enough to get the victory.
Winner is Oleksandr Usyk from the Ukraine.
Frustrated by bitter defeats, Beterbiev grew tired of dealing with scorekeepers and finally transitioned to professional boxing at the age of 28, a move that undoubtedly suited his style as a puncher. To kickstart his new career, he headed to Canada. The unlucky fella tasked with testing the debutante in 2013 was Christian Cruz. Back to his optimal weight class at 175 pounds, Artur launched an overhand right away, added a check hook,
Round 1 is underway.
slip countered the rival's jab,
To start off for Beterbiev.
and began polishing his gloves with the opponent's face.
Right. Cruz impressive in his pro debut. Good body shot. Nice combinations by Beterbiev.
Allowing Cruz to work, the Russian tank intercepted his advances
Cruz battling, but he exposes himself to a fast combination by Beterbiev. Up again.
and sat him down by the end of the round.
Cruz showboating a little bit, and he pays the price as he goes down. Beterbiev, as he was shaking his fist, complaining about a punch to the back of the head.
He survived a couple more minutes in the meat grinder after the intermission,
With a record
and even dared to move forward.
class of fighter here. Beautiful right hand.
The third knockdown swayed the referee to step in.
Beterbiev scoring with. Down he goes again for the third time. Is calling a halt to this.
Following the successful start of his pro boxing journey, Artur solidified it a few months later. Rayco Saunders tasted the full scope of the Chechen cuisine.
En plus de 45 combats, donc 46 combats.
Alors, belle séquence de Beterbiev. Et là, Saunders qui se sort des cadres, revient au centre du ring. Bonne droite, main droite, mais qui était tellement prévisible.
Already satiated by the second portion.
Ah, belle. Ouf! Chute au tapis.
He couldn't resist the host in the third either.
Allez, Saunders.
Oui, vraiment.
Ah, il retient. Oh, il était...
Et deuxième chute au tapis de Saunders.
Eventually laying down to rest and digest.
Prend son temps. Et patient.
Bonne droite. Oh! La droite à son moment.
Billy Bailey showed even less resiliency.
Et du potentiel.
Et là,
il a vraiment vu une ouverture.
Getting punished instantly for attempting a jab.
épuisé. Bonne droite.
Incroyable. T'as vu?
Adding a couple more stoppage victories over journeyman to his resume. In his sixth appearance, Beterbiev challenged for his first minor title against a truly elite fighter. Tavoris Thunder Cloud was supposed to be a serious test. A former champion who had recently been on a streak of 24 wins. He had held the IBF title for 3.5 years.
He's a former champion. If he
losing only to the legendary Bernard Hopkins and the reigning king of the weight class, Adonis Stevenson. Fueled by Don King himself, Tavoris aimed to reclaim the top spot and mirrored the shots to the midsection. He actively threw back on the retreat.
He catches a left hand from Cloud there. And again, Beterbiev from the right hand.
But underestimated Beterbiev's power in the clinch.
And just letting that left hand go, and then a right as well, and he's got Cloud trapped here. And
from that moment on, the fight lost its competitive edge.
Finishing instincts in his career so far, and he could be about to get Cloud out of here in the very first round.
And even a timely break couldn't help the entrapped Cloud
to recover, and that is an absolutely jolting left hand from Beterbiev
to stay upright.
In the corner, taking punches, he's trying to throw back, but to no avail, and he goes down again.
Dispelling the Thunder Cloud,
champion, a world-class fighter in your sixth fight,
and achieving a breakthrough victory, 29-year-old Artur entered the international rankings.
Artur Beterbiev is a wrecking machine.
In December of 2014, he crossed paths with the 15-0 Jeff Page. The American readily jumped onto his well-oiled bike.
Or they might get shown up inside of the ring.
Fight that's going to be broadcast.
Surprised Artur halfway through the round.
Of the investment thus far.
And gradually gained confidence.
Page Jr. Seen him do too much here in the opening frame.
That's right.
Down goes Beterbiev on a right hand.
Landing a sneaky punch in close, Page scored a flash knockdown.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, Corey.
The awakened Beterbiev remembered his jab.
He's used to being the guy.
Clocked the foe against the ropes.
A much easier way to get to Page. But if he just stands there and tries to get to him, which he's doing it...
And surged forward to get payback.
Page holding on right now. He's been...
Having calculated the timing of his right hand...
Back with your hands down. Down goes Page once again.
He turned the page for good with a left hook.
Page just does not look stable in there right now.
Thus ending his second year in the pros. Following this outing, trainer Mark Ramsey worked closely with his protege to refine his technique and eliminate existing flaws. Fans witnessed Beterbiev 2.0 in 2015 against the Spanish gatekeeper, Gabriel the Handsome Guy Campillo. The former champ was expected to offer some pushback, but his chin instantly felt the overwhelming pressure and underwent additional hammering.
Feels hurt already. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Hands him against the ropes and down he goes.
Pitching a kiloton hook, Artur checked the towering veteran's core strength.
Left a two-time Russian.
Right now.
and got back to facial rearrangement.
He's standing too straight up, and
It's strictly defensive, right, Virgil? He's just keeping his hands up. The power is on his mind too much.
he has been down from walking to the punch.
Campillo suffered a continuous bombardment for 3 rounds.
Maybe get him Beterbiev mind and see if he can pass 4 rounds, since Beterbiev's never been past it.
Body shots here now by Beterbiev.
Growing susceptible up the middle,
That height and that length, but he's standing straight up.
which proved to be his downfall.
He's in trouble right here.
He is
He's in big trouble.
and he got him on the
That's
chin.
it.
And down he
Campillo was literally just trying to survive and go.
Deliberately throwing with his thumb facing up, commonly known as the vertical punch, Beterbiev pierced the Spaniard's defense several times in this manner, eventually splitting it apart.
He's in big trouble.
and he got him on the
That's
chin.
it.
A few months later, the beautifully maned 16-2 Oleksandr Johnson sought to maintain range with his lead hand.
Who is hand-fed. My trainer, Alex,
Kept Artur honest with a check hook.
I mean, but this guy has it all.
You can tell that Johnson
And introduced a heavy left hand into the mix.
Beterbiev is doing in this fight. Ooh.
In the second portion, Beterbiev seized the moment in the clinch,
George didn't sit down because he was too big.
he might not be able to get back up.
now closing the distance with authority. Softening up his foe with straights to the body,
Ready to weather the storm.
Robust fight.
he would switch up top.
Loading up. He just letting him go.
This can be the Campillo knockout with Johnson. And a big shot there.
Johnson appeared outclassed on the inside.
Beterbiev has now seen Johnson put both gloves up.
Absorbing more damage. His matters weren't much better in the open field either,
He took this fight on short notice. Oh, and then
outstripping his opponent with a piston jab. Artur scored the first knockdown and pressed repeat later in the round.
he's out of there. And Johnson now takes a right and is up against the rope.
The resilient Johnson endured the assault.
Has good legs, but he's not using them right now. He needs to be moving.
Johnson is just
Came back in the following round undeterred,
and the law degree in sports science is Beterbiev.
until the quiet squeak of his gray matter was interrupted.
Ring.
And a slip and a right hand, and he covers up, and that is it. One punch.
Allowing his counterpart to punch himself out, Artur found a home for a hook that folded the recipient.
Of the ring.
And a slip and a right hand.
Both commentators and analysts alike wished to see Beterbiev jump the line for a title shot. His last 4 victories in 9 months, 2 of which came against former champions, propelled Artur into the top 5 of all major sanctioning bodies. However, due to disagreements with his manager, disputes between promoters, and the champions being risk-averse, Beterbiev was out for a year. The aforementioned champions were justified to avoid him, as rumors of Beterbiev's mythical power spread within the tight circle of the boxing elite. Confirmed by sparring partners in the know.
All my years of boxing, I sparred with Cal Frock, Chad Dawson, Lucian Butte, Troy Ross, like real champions.
You fought Kovalev.
I fought Kovalev.
Yeah.
They called me to go spar with him. He said, "Nah, you don't need that. We don't need that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that." And that kind of caught me off guard because I'm like, "What? What you say? They paying though?" He like, "I know, but 15 years of boxing, he's never turned down no work." I'm like, "I'm going to spar with him." He said, "Okay, just remember, I told you don't." I get out there, I see him, I'm like, "Oh, he don't look that big." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Got a big head, but he don't look that big, you know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. How you want me to, like, what you want me to do? Mark said, "Just do your best." I said, in my head, I'm like, "Oh, now I'm fucking him up. Now I'm fucking him up." The bell ring. Ding dong, the bell ring. I'm like, all right, cool. So I hit it with my pump fake, did through a jab, and he came over it. Yo, it felt like, you ever get on an airplane, and you pulling off, and you like I was descending into heaven. I'm like, I'm about to meet the Lord. Oh, I'm not. I'm still on the ground. Like, I was trying to see if I was still alive. I'm like, I've never been hit that hard since I've been born. To say he hit hard is like an understatement. It's like a.
Well, then who the hell beats Artur?
Nobody. I think he had to go up to cruiserweight or heavyweight. But anybody that light heavyweight, no. Don't get me wrong. Anything can happen. It's boxing. He is a man. You know what's crazy? I'm so stupid. I was his main sparring partner for the last 5 years because I'm so arrogant when it comes to boxing. I'm like, no way. There's no way. I'm going to get him. The last time I almost died, that was God telling me, yeah, that's the plan right there. Just stop going. That's how you going to win. Just don't get in the ring with him.
Seasoned gatekeeper DeFear Smith also shared his experience.
What are some of the camps that you've been in?
Triple G, Gene Pascal, Sakio Bika, Bernard Hopkins, Malik Scott, Caleb Truax, Eddie Chambers, Bert Cooper, Artur Beterbiev.
Who's the strongest puncher that you've ever been in?
Artur Beterbiev, hands down.
Hey, you said that fast. You've been in here with some bangers.
Artur Beterbiev, hands down. And he punches hard. That was one of the camps I wanted to be done with, because I was the only sparring partner out there, and he was knocking out everybody. I said they had to give me a bonus after that was done, and they did. That boy can punch.
Beterbiev returned to fight other contenders in the summer of 2016. Facing the lanky Olympian Ezekiel Maderna, Artur followed the textbook, cooking the body,
the taller guy to keep this draw, the power shots. The other
seasoning with power jabs,
athleticism of middleweight, and I'm just wondering.
And subsequent combinations.
Beterbiev to make Maderna move to his right to close off
eating up the space to position himself for a kill shot.
Undoubtedly the fight that you just referenced was the most significant of the last century. As Beterbiev comes clocking in with a right.
Showing little desire to linger in the ring with Beterbiev, Maderna made it to the bell.
Third round.
The next round, he relied on a wild swing.
Yes, Maderna's being hurt, but he's being discouraged.
But stopped playing the hero after the fourth knockdown.
Tremendous ways to overcome, and sometimes they give in.
Fourth into the ring.
Sometimes
Maderna.
Half a year later, Isidro Prieto, unlike previous victims, decided to apply pressure.
The Beterbiev juggernaut, we'll see.
Beterbiev was happy to let him go.
Chechnya.
A trade of right hands saw Prieto hit the canvas. Back to his feet, he ate a 1-2.
The punch and the accuracy to finish it. It's got him going again.
And got drowned in the whirlwind of punches by the end of the first round.
Goodness me. Look at that. Terrific power again from Beterbiev. And I think it's all the counts of 7-8. And it is all over.
Now, Beterbiev couldn't be denied a title shot. In 2017, the light heavyweight division was ruled by Canadian veteran Adonis Stevenson with the WBC belt, and the American Andre Ward. But in September, the unbeatable Ward, who had upset the Russian champion Sergey Kovalev twice,
The smart finisher
and simultaneously held the WBA, WBO, and IBF titles, suddenly announced his retirement, vacating all his straps. In November, the IBF belt was contested between Beterbiev and a defensive savant from Germany, Enrico Kohling, boasting an impressive 23-1 record.
Is on the line.
The German fought off the back foot as usual.
World champion. Of course, Ukrago, he only eats meat. Coming over from Russia, and now getting into the public consciousness, and possibly with
question. With only 6 knockouts in 24 fights,
holding strong like a tiger tank.
So I don't care if he hits enough, because he doesn't move his hand.
Only in the middle rounds did Beterbiev find a chink in the armor with a double left hand.
Against Beterbiev.
Clubbed Enrico on the retreat.
Beterbiev has
until finally dropping him in the 11th.
So is Elaine's husband, Jeff. Right hand. Mother Susan, we have a beautiful young.
In the final stretch, Artur once again refused to leave it to the judges.
Definitely started putting more on those shots. More so when Mark had asked me rounds and rounds earlier. Colin takes a knee as he goes down, as he has been from all that pressure. This is what he done in the ring, and listen to a decision as a professional. And down goes Colin, and that's it.
The accumulated damage took its toll on Kohling, who couldn't withstand a salvo from the right through his overloaded guard, extending the Chechen juggernaut's win streak. Unfortunately, the new king missed an entire year due to infighting among promoters, and his first defense was scheduled only for October 2018. Undefeated Brit Callum Johnson, known for his first-round victory over Frank Buglioni,
bir sağ daha. İki tarafta açık bir sağ. Dans ediyor şu anda, bu bloğunu bitirdi.
Didn't pose a serious threat on paper. Unlike previous outings, Artur decided to yield the center.
Blocked by Johnson. Now Smith. Johnson has him in the corner.
Expressing gratitude, Johnson tested the champion's chin.
Dangerous already. You can see that.
Slow start, but if he does that too much,
and engaged in a tit-for-tat duel.
Apparently it works.
It's hard, and now they start to trade. Beterbiev.
Startled by such audacity,
Johnson gets Beterbiev.
Beterbiev sobered up the hungry challenger.
To fight out. Oh, he drops him to the ring, and then was hit by Beterbiev.
Stuck between the ropes, the Brit almost sailed back to the islands. Thankfully, the nuclear hook whiffed by. After the break, he got the right straight going.
Animal here. Wide repertoire. And there goes to the body and then head.
Slugged it out once again.
That was a right hand that hurt Johnson just now.
Johnson is...
And everyone's surprise came out on top. Trading hooks, Johnson hurt his counterpart, dropping Artur hard for the first time in his career. Beterbiev came back cool-headed.
He has a chance.
Look at the consequence.
Absorbed another left hook.
On the inside, Callum Johnson moves in and throws a wild right hand over the top. Beterbiev is...
And responded with a signature shifting right hand. Meanwhile, the exchanges between them remained even.
Good job by Ruiz saying let him fight out of that. Dangerous shots. Johnson to go and lands with that hook.
Oh my.
Beterbiev decides to keep...
In the fourth, Artur felt his own liver.
He wants the shoulders moving as they trade in the corner.
And fired multiple solid jabs.
Sharp jabs and a right hand.
Forcing the wounded Johnson to close the distance.
Johnson goes down a right hand. It's over.
Obliterating his biggest nemesis so far with a counter right hook, Beterbiev turned the toughest battle of his career around and discussed the action in the ring in a friendly manner.
Good show of respect from the two.
Testing whether or not Artur had learned his lesson fell upon Radivoje Kalajdzic. The 27-year-old hot rod from Serbia had 17 knockouts in 25 fights, with only one disputed loss.
Now. Nice combination again, that's it.
Still, it was the champ who started out hot.
Kalajdzic.
Left hook. Gaining momentum.
As
Beterbiev planned to run over Kalajdzic.
Charging against Hot Rod.
The challenger was willing to trade blows.
He doesn't want to open up to get hit with right hands like that.
But you don't have to take a chance. You got to keep this bull above him. And I'm talking about Kalajdzic.
Right on the inside, and it was a right hand.
But underestimated the caliber of the Chechen cannons.
Seeing here, but can he sustain it? Trading punches. Look at this.
Taking a knee near the ropes.
Right hand from the tip, and Kalajdzic is hurt.
He barely made it to the bell.
That's called power boxing from Beterbiev.
He's hurt.
Big round for Beterbiev.
Artur kept the pressure on in the next stretch.
And he got Kalajdzic damaged there.
And lingered in the corner.
Oh, and
incoming strikes didn't deter him from his goal, to knock the opponent's head clean off.
Right hand from Kalajdzic gets turned around, and Beterbiev lands a right hand.
Methodically setting up the right overhand.
Zone, if you're hot rod, there is the right hand that was able to get around the goal. Jumping right hand over.
He eventually planted it on the temple.
Will it be 14 for 14 as he comes out and this fight is over?
Yet another shot weakened Radivoje's legs, and the left hands on top forced the referee to take action. Right after, the 34-year-old IBF title holder Beterbiev proclaimed his intentions.
Who do you want next?
I want the unification fight, if possible.
At that time, the division was dominated by fighters from the post-Soviet space. The WBA champ, Dmitry Bivol, was only getting traction in the US, while the WBO king, Sergey Kovalev, had a contract for a lucrative showdown with Canelo Alvarez. The only champion left was the WBC top dog, Oleksandr Gvozdyk, who, like Beterbiev, was under contract with Bob Arum. Artur had already defeated Oleksandr in the amateurs, and that was the only stoppage loss for the Olympic bronze medalist. As a pro, the 17-0 Ukrainian craftsman was perfect so far.
Right hand.
Scored 14 knockouts.
Seconds down, this is the first round. And he caught him with a good shot.
And in his last outing, he sent the longtime champion, Adonis Stevenson, to the hospital.
Stevenson's been knocked down!
Thus, reaching the top. It was believed that the taller and longer Gvozdyk could impose his style, and even opened up as a slight favorite.
Beterbiev, round number 1.
Circling away from Beterbiev's weapon of choice, he countered his advancing opponent.
Beterbiev with those shots. Beautiful
body from Oleksandr Gvozdyk.
However, the power discrepancy showed itself in the clinch.
Here in our light heavyweight championship fight, off balance that time at the end,
and while Oleksandr was point fighting,
great box.
The risk that they're taking to define their legacy
in spots. Letting his hands go. That's
Artur was throwing venom.
Inform him that it was overruled upon review on the replay.
Unloaded in close quarters.
Okay, Bernard. Here's the incident that happened at the end of one.
And each of his connections had an impact.
With a right hand of his own, and lands a big right hand, and Gvozdyk ties up for a moment.
Going into the third, Gvozdyk decided it was time to invest in combinations.
Rolling and looping right hands, combination.
Won't be moving that way the rest of the night.
And quickly intercept the enemy's attacks.
Every now and then, man.
All while poking with his lead hand.
Just beat. But Beterbiev is eating some shit.
Beterbiev pressed the issue late in the rounds.
And we will be right back.
Adjusted his aim by the halfway point.
And if you lose concentration,
started going for the head.
Unification, round number 5. The rare champions.
And switching it up downstairs.
Fighter, body punchers. But with the punch,
yes.
Beterbiev just landed.
And there's another.
Good right hand to the body.
And there's
Ukrainian was placing his shots well.
Is often the case.
The test is the variation of the right hand.
But wasn't nearly as damaging.
Beterbiev.
Good work there. End of 6 is heating up here in Philly. Oh!
And his gas tank was going empty.
Right hand to the body.
Gvozdyk. And even though Gvozdyk will have a shaky,
he visibly slowed down towards the second half.
87 from Gvozdyk.
With disregard to incoming traffic,
over the top against Beterbiev, and a 1-2 with a right hand that lands on.
Artur threw with bad intentions.
Beautiful right hand exchange from both guys.
And once again, reminded of his calamitous power.
Gvozdyk is throwing a volume, whereas Beterbiev
driving a short lead hand strike into the gut, also known as the jolt, the Chechen phenom should have scored a knockdown or a stoppage. But with the referee hesitating, Gvozdyk simply used the pause to recover and resumed absorbing damage.
Calls a judge to sway in the direction of Beterbiev because he looks like he's in command.
And then you get these combinations coming from
mixing it up low and high.
Another body shot from Beterbiev. This is a clear Beterbiev round as he's on the attack.
Beterbiev went hunting for the dome.
That's a big right hand right there.
And Beterbiev is mauling right now. Right uppercut comes. But Beterbiev has been relentless, and there's a right hand that comes.
The fall in the beginning of the 10th, seemingly from exhaustion, was not counted again.
Beterbiev doesn't believe that Gvozdyk is a better champion.
He goes down. The rugged.
But a couple of flurries later.
So strong. Champions in a unification bout. Beterbiev. Right hand comes in again.
Gvozdyk eventually sat down.
Inside. Gvozdyk is hurt. Gvozdyk goes down.
He held on in the cauldron of violence for 60 seconds.
Championship rounds. Short left hand. He goes down again.
Until the referee decided to intervene.
14-0 with 14 knockouts is number 15 in front of him. Trying to come over the top with a right hand. That's it. It's over. Artur Beterbiev is the Unifying.
Artur convincingly beat one of the division's best, confirming the rumors about his mystical power, complemented by precision,
punched it.
reliable chin, and relentless pressure.
Gvozdyk was on his way
It's worth noting that after this bout, Gvozdyk will take a break for 3.5 years. Making old man Aram happy, Beterbiev put on 2 championship belts and received well-deserved honors in his homeland. The next in line was supposed to be Fan Longming from China, but the pandemic threw a wrench into everyone's plans. Moreover, the champion broke a rib and was out for 1.5 years. The aging Beterbiev returned in February of 2021 to Moscow. His opponent was the German Adam Deines, with a record of 19-1.
When he's introduced,
the challenger exploded with powerful combinations.
Chopping right hand, scoring knockdowns in the 10th round.
But recklessly lingered in the line of fire.
Oh, he clips him with the right hand.
Even a glancing blow was enough for a knockdown. Still, Deines didn't despair.
But one of them scores the knockdown.
And was putting shots together in the following rounds. Made the champion miss.
Heavyweight championship. Considering that...
And landed 1-2s.
Success, but he just has to stay mentally tough right now.
Artur hadn't fought southpaws for 7 years and only adjusted in the 4th.
He's definitely an underrated thinker, fellas.
Look at that.
From there, he continued to build up.
Well-placed right hand to the body, goes there again. When he gets
chaining hooks to the body with uppercuts up top.
Forward, arching like a bulldozer, straight ahead, road grading kind of style.
Beterbiev was finding the mark even more often in the 10th.
Beterbiev is over his feet right there, and I know.
And ultimately put a bow on it.
On that, he's worked it. You see the exercises.
Listen, guys, last round you guys were talking about guys getting.
Body work and then brings it upstairs.
A counter left caught Deines sleeping.
Second.
Allowing the champ to secure his 16th knockout in 16 bouts. In December 2021, Beterbiev returned to Canada to start his preparation surrounded by family.
Difficult time because I didn't speak language, I don't know French and English, and we didn't have friends. But now, yeah, I like.
A little bit later, his mom has come. My mom has four sons, and I'm youngest one. Chechen traditional is youngest one stay with their parents. I'm happy my mom decided to stay with me.
Former Olympian Marcus Browne seemed like a legit opponent, boasting a resume of 24 wins and 1 loss. The southpaw with a long frame packed a punch in both hands. Could stun you with a jab. Or spin the deadly windmill.
Straight left, right on the top.
Beterbiev spent the opening rounds finding the keys to the enemy's defense.
Certainly landed more shots here in the second round, and you'd have 9 of his career. And it's those people who think.
Browne reciprocated.
Good shot there from Beterbiev. That's where Browne has to be.
And headbutted in the clinch.
Steve. Browne finding himself. Oh, that is a nasty gash right in the.
Both athletes went haywire at the sight of blood.
Send our best wishes to Russ. As things getting a little messy.
Thus escalating things in the ring.
Hard body shot from Beterbiev as he goes back downstairs.
After the break, Beterbiev heard a deadline. So he went out there disposing of ammo.
20 seconds left to go in the round as Beterbiev finding some openings.
To wrap it up quickly.
And Browne just covering up as the seconds tick away.
With each passing minute, Browne's face was also losing its pristine look.
He's behind it with a good left hook, and there's that right hand that he just wraps around the guard.
Snacking on straight punches, he began to run out of the will to resist.
Flipping it low like he's doing.
Beterbiev is a tough man to continue. He feels he has you hurt. Good shot to the body.
Left hook to the body.
Eating a left to the liver, followed by a cross for dessert, the American rallied back for an extra meal.
Browne just stationary. Beterbiev's able to turn him. He's able to get different angles. 10 seconds remaining here in round 7.
The Chechen chef obliged,
And again, to Marcus Browne's credit,
serving up his signature dish, doubling up on the left.
over him. Oh, and down he goes after a hard.
I'd love to see the replay. I don't know if it was a left hook.
All bloodied due to the clash of heads, Beterbiev was at risk of the fight being stopped by the doctor, but managed to convince the medical staff he was fit to continue, unleashing over 100 strikes and securing a gritty victory. After celebrating his 37th birthday in January of 2022, Artur had the chance to claim his third division belt. The WBO gold belonged to the hard-hitting, blue-collar brawler Joe Smith Jr. The Irish bomber made a name for himself in December of 2016, uncovering the secret to the legendary Bernard Hopkins immortality, and becoming the only man to ever stop the executioner. Joe's first title shot didn't pan out well. He wobbled Dmitry Bivol.
As I mentioned, Bivol, good shot there. That might have hurt Bivol right there.
However, lost on points by a wide margin, but captured the vacant WBO strap 2 years later, scoring several finishes.
Power punch connect advantage. There's a right lead, and then he's...
The pressuring Smith experienced an overhand early.
Title fights. There is a growing trend.
Then Beterbiev casually conceded the center to the pressing opponent,
but he cannot go to sleep,
planning to catch him coming in.
There's a right hand from Beterbiev.
Constantly launching right hands to the sweet spot.
Gets around the guard.
It's a heavy shot. It's a clubbing shot.
Oh, off balance. That's a slip.
Artur completely controlled the course of action.
Gets around behind the jab here. Closing seconds. Oh, off balance and scores.
While the commentators relished the replay,
there you go.
Smith carelessly engaged in a shootout.
Or wrong distance at mid-range.
Look. Big exchange. Oh, he gets him again.
Getting his noggin snapped back and forth
perfectly right on the temple.
He took a moment to reassess.
Gets around the guard. Uppercut tries to sneak in. There's a hook. There's an uppercut. Beterbiev's on the attack. Joe Smith is crumbling.
The third knockdown by Beterbiev wrapped up the night.
Uppercut. Big uppercut. He is stumbling, and this is over. Artur Beterbiev.
Snatching his third belt inside 2 rounds, the Chechen light heavyweight found himself one step away from the undisputed championship. The missing piece of the puzzle belonged to Dmitry Bivol. While managers were arguing over the financials of a potential showdown between the two divisional top dogs, a line of contenders had formed behind them, led by Anthony Yarde. Out of the Brits' 23 victories, 22 came by way of knockout.
Starting to unravel in there, down he goes.
The handiwork produced an echo.
Spellman's such a tough guy though, taking them all, but 2 more land and another referee.
As he bombarded opponents with both hands.
Division, says Anthony Yarde. Oh my word, they've never been forward, measuring his punches.
Often pulverizing them against the ropes. In August of 2019, Yarde even came close to defeating Sergey Kovalev.
Got him rocked.
He's in trouble, the champion going.
But after emptying his gas tank, chasing the finish, he fell in the 11th round.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone. It was the left hand that did it.
Heading into the bout with Beterbiev, Anthony regained his footing with 3 consecutive stoppages. Artur talked to the press in the lead-up.
Why do you fight? Usually people work for, to live, to live, to have a good life. With me, it's the same.
You weren't born a fighter then, no?
No, if I choose again, I'll never be a fighter,
Why?
Because it's not good to beat people,
In January 2023, at his home arena, Wembley, 30-year-old Yarde got his licks in first.
He thinks that Yarde is going to counter,
and surprised Artur with an uppercut.
Oh, nice.
The fainting Beterbiev responded by mixing up his targets.
Body work from Beterbiev.
Went around the guard.
He doesn't hit an opponent.
Unloaded in the corner.
So is Anthony. He gets flipped there with a nice right hand. And there's another right, and here comes the firefight that we knew.
And continued to invest in the body.
Especially if it's a high-paced fight.
11, he was stopped by a jab. from the 35-year-old veteran.
Late in the third, he cashed in.
Woo! From the south.
Ducking down, Artur uncorked a leaping hook to the head.
To get out of the way.
The champion found his groove in the next stretch.
In his 30s.
Oh, there's a left hook from Artur Beterbiev. He's starting to find
buckling his adversary.
And Anthony Yarde, who's more settled and getting clipped. The legs underneath him are now wobbling.
The challenger regained his senses just in time.
That's comfortable to fight in, where we have a little bit.
Can he capitalize on this?
But got clubbed rushing in.
It's caught with the right hand coming in, and that's the danger.
He then remembered his main weapon, the check hook.
Counter left from Anthony Yarde.
With a cross following not far behind.
Oh! Big right hand.
Artur reasserted his dominance as the round came to a close.
He knows that he can't afford to punch him. But here comes Beterbiev.
Yes. Beterbiev with thudding shots.
That's called experience. That's what you're seeing right now.
Nice uppercut from Artur Beterbiev and the bell.
The trademark double-up cracked the defenses.
At the end of the fight.
And the surging champion added some overhands on top.
Explosive fifth round. There's a right hand. Lions in the camp stuff. This is a more serious, more...
But having received a cut, he took a strategic pause.
He's 38 years old. You can be tired tomorrow.
To then trap Yarde in the phone booth.
The champion turns Yarde around, lands a couple of uppercuts, a beautiful right hand.
The Brit was clearly outmatched in close quarters.
See, the firefight we anticipated. Both fighters with their heart on their sleeve.
In the eighth, Artur allowed his foe to lead.
Misses, then he has to get back at Artur Beterbiev.
And that stick is coming out to play from Artur Beterbiev.
With the selfish goal of getting into point-blank range.
Nice right hand, and now Yarde is hurt! Artur Beterbiev puts him on the canvas.
After the knockdown, it seemed like the referee had more desire to continue than Anthony himself.
Anthony Yarde to continue. How will he deal with the onslaught from the beast? Nope, and Tunde Ajayi steps in, and Artur...
A fiery right hand up the middle broke Yarde's resistance.
19 knockouts.
And Beterbiev's humility melted the reporter's heart.
Much about your record, but 19 wins, 19 KOs. How good does it feel to continue it?
I hope I will be one day good boxer.
Negotiations with Dmitry Bivol's team dragged on, so Artur appeared in the ring only a year later in January 2024 against Callum Smith, the Brit with a devastating hook.
He's put in a great performance.
Recently had been on a streak of 27 consecutive victories and had conquered the 168-pound division.
Trapped in his own corner. He's got a minute and 14 seconds to survive. He's in real trouble.
His remarkable physical attributes were backed by a cannon of a punch.
Here, all right.
Well, thank you very much.
Ouch! Stop the fight.
But after losing all his titles to Canelo Alvarez by decision,
Hard right hand, Smith is hurt. Buckled on the...
he moved up to light heavyweight, where he once again earned a top contender spot.
Right hand, lovely. Castillo flat on his back. He is. There is business to be.
Beterbiev was in no mood to play around, though.
If Smith's going to keep his distance, and how he's going to keep his distance, because right away you see the gap being closed.
Look at the maul. Beterbiev's mauling him right away.
Probing the guard around the torso.
And that left hook.
Oh, that right hand comes from a different angle. Ooh, see some blood coming from the nose already.
He expertly trapped his rival against the ropes.
Already, I understand it's a small ring, but damn, already.
Smith kept throwing back long shots in open space.
The fight was originally scheduled to take place in August.
Yet was losing the jab battle.
Good timing. Good jab. To the body around those elbows.
Oh, that was a powerful shot. He has a high 1-2.
And his attempts to close the distance were thwarted by the champion's uppercuts.
Right up, right inside, chopping right.
Additionally, Artur ate the challenger's best offerings like Turkish delight.
Referee his 56th world title fight.
Good shot
around that elbow of Smith. Smith comes forward with 3 punches.
Which couldn't be said for the Brit.
That's where he's dangerous. See, them punches don't look like anything, right? They are. They're heavy blows.
Even glancing blows from Beterbiev can do serious damage.
Midway through the bout, Beterbiev put his right hand to use.
Sturdy
standing his ground. Oh, good lead right hand from Beterbiev to open up the 6th round.
While Smith was trying to alleviate the pressure.
Good up jab from Beterbiev in the exchange. Smith covering. Buddy McGirt's giving the instructions between the ropes, between rounds. Steph Basil.
Just when it seemed like he succeeded, it turned out to be a mirage.
Oh, set him up, balance, set him up.
And the never-dropped Smith decided it would be safer on the canvas.
Caught him with the right hand, and now the head attack, left and right, and that is the first.
Taking time to recover, he returned in the thick of things.
He's ready to close the show. Artur, in front of these fans, mauling at short distance, and Smith just...
That's when trainer Buddy McGirt stepped in for his student.
This is over. Artur Beterbiev.
The 39-year-old Beterbiev put on an exemplary performance and edged closer to his goal of becoming a good boxer.
And Smith, Artur Beterbiev!
20 victories, 20 by stoppage. Artur Beterbiev, what did it mean for you to do this tonight?
You know, again, it's because of luck. You know, it's my coach. Our team is working hard with me. Luck is on my side.
Holds the only other belt at 175 pounds. Is that the fight that you want next?
Yes, of course. I need another 4th belt.
Je lui ai dit, aime-moi, prends-moi dans tes bras, et je n'ai plus personne.
Artur Beterbiev's 100% finishing rate is often attributed solely to his punching power. But he is in fact extremely intelligent in the ring. Accepts calculated risks to get into range.
Nice right hand, and now Yarde is hurt! Artur Beterbiev!
Takes away space with his impeccable jab.
He took this fight on short notice.
And then saps energy with timely body shots.
Good right hand to the body. Gvozdyk is throwing the value.
And always maintains composure, gradually building towards the finish.
Right hand comes in again.
It's about time he tests his skills against the slickest technician of the division, the undefeated Dmitry Bivol. Hopefully, this bout will take place eventually.
As you heard, good shot to the body.
Big exchange. Oh, he gets him again.
They find tremendous ways to overcome, and sometimes
uppercut, big uppercut. He is.
Crew's showboating a little bit. Well, he pays the punch.
If you enjoyed the video, punch the like button, subscribe to the channel, and vote for sport.
And a slip and a right hand, and he covers up, and that is it. One punch.